Florida is nice this time of the year. Not too hot, not too cold, a little bit of breeze. Great to be on the Gulf Coast side of Florida, enjoying the Sunshine State, Duchesne.
Yeah, man, it is very nice and warm here today, in both in Florida and here, and it's supposed to even get better towards the end of the week. But here, it's going to go back to what the time frame really is.
Yes. And Nitro is now being spent in
Woo,
Florida.
love it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Competition Plus Power Hour presented by Weldon High Performance over there. Mr. Duchesne Bland, host of the Not Bland Show. Be sure to follow him. And I am Lee Craft, a.k.a. the Monday Morning Racer. Just search Monday Morning Racer, and you'll find everything MMR. I'm sure of it. Be sure to like and follow. Make sure you are following CompetitionPlus.com on all the socials, and especially Competition Plus TV. That's the YouTube side of it, where you can watch us also beyond. We're glad to have each and every one of you. Hit the like button, hit the share button. We have got drag racing just about at full song, firing on all cylinders, Duchesne.
Oh yeah, it is getting close to that time. We had a little racing as far as the oval version here this past weekend, but yeah, man, it's getting close.
It is getting close, and drag racing this weekend will take place in Valdosta, Georgia, at South Georgia Motorsports Park for, I think, Lights Out 17, I believe it is. We've got pro testing there at Gainesville Raceway. If it wasn't for a video by Josh Hart and a YouTube video by Clay Milliken and a video by CompetitionPlus.com, we wouldn't even know it's happening. But it's happening there. And then Bradenton has got some testing. My plan is to be there. Several different types of vehicles are there, from what I understand to be Mountain Motor Pro Stock and Pro Mod, and even some nostalgia cars are out there getting ready for racing in various places. One of those places being the March Meet. Later on, we're going to have Blake Bowser on and talk to him concerning the 68th running of March Meet at Famoso Drag Strip.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, and an event that the NHRA needs to try not to schedule the Gator Nationals on. Just move it a week later so others can go.
We have talked about it for several years now. We need that change, I think, to happen. Many people that will be participating in the Gator Nationals that have roots in Southern California have roots in the March Meet, and they want to be at the March Meet to enjoy it, to compete in it, and we've got this overlap. I have nothing against the sport of NHRA drag racing starting in Florida. There's an argument that actual winter nationals began in Florida and not actually Pomona. Just do some diving in on the history on that one.
Yeah.
So I got no issue with it being out there in Florida. Granted, I would prefer that you have like 2 East Coast races and then go to 2 or 3 West Coast races. And nonetheless, we'll figure it out. Separate March Meet from the Gator Nationals, and they're not in a situation of overlap. But until they do, I'm going to go to March Meet.
Yeah. I definitely want to. That's a bucket list thing along with PRI. So I hate to have to sacrifice that, but I'm willing to.
Me as well, and did so last year and doing so again this year. And until the overlap is changed for the foreseeable future, I will take a trip to California opposed to Florida.
Yeah, I don't blame you for that at all. Just move it. It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
It would be better anyway, because the daylight savings time is killing the springing forward is killing a lot of us on that weekend anyway.
Speaking of news, I wonder what in our breaking news brought to us by Peak Auto, I wonder what the over-under was of Josh Hart getting his first 340-mile-per-hour pass right out of the gate. Sent it.
I don't know. But not only did they do it once, they did it twice.
I mean, here again, like we're gonna put everybody on notice. This is our corner now. Babone.
Boom.
Yes.
Crazy.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you, Monica. Josh is definitely going to be one to watch. You couple Josh's ability to lead the starting line, and he has been up there in the quickest average routinely amongst drivers in Top Fuel, along with what Grubnick is able to deliver tune-up wise. It is going to be insane.
It is. And I know it's something me and Dave W. were discussing earlier today. You know, at the end of the day, you can be a great driver, and if you ain't got the guys to turn and do what they need to do as far as calling the right plays, there ain't much you can do with that. It's not just about the equipment, but it's also about having the right guys to make the right calls at the right time. And I think you're going to see that. That doesn't mean that the driver doesn't matter, because the driver does matter. If you've got great equipment, great tune-up, and the person can't drive, well, you know, that's not going to help you either. So it has to be a little bit of both. And, you know, it's very important to have the right brain trust, turning the knobs and calling the plays to have success.
340 right off the bat.
Right out the box.
And so Kyle, he asks, and he helps out with Bartone Brothers Racing, the Killer Bees, also on the sports car side in public relations. Asked, did Maddie Gordon do her passes today? I assume she did. I saw photos of her in the staging lanes, what it looked like, but ultimately we don't know. We haven't seen anything. I would like to point out over my shoulder, this is from 7 years ago, and it is a Competition Plus stream from Wild Horse Pass of pro testing.
Imagine that.
Oh, and by the way, the year after that, like was Las Vegas, there was a stream there. The year after that, it was at Palm Beach International Raceway.
There was a stream.
I personally watched that one, even though I wasn't in media, because I remember Brittany Force and John Force lining up Funny Car against Top Fuel.
Yep.
I caught that on a stream and remember that from a stream. And then after that, I even partook in helping the streams at 2 Phoenix tests and was able to film also myself. I think we need to save for a little later on, but
oh yeah,
where's the stream?
Yeah. Hey, and I remember we had a stream of the actual test after the pro event last year here at Gainesville was streamed. Warren Evans was able to help with that, and that was obviously NHRA opening up, allowing them to test before the first week. So
right,
it's not like it's not happened before. Okay,
that's right. It's happened before, whether it's pro or the National Hot Rod Association. And frankly, I wouldn't be shocked by the time we get to Gainesville that we have a situation where we do see National Hot Rod Association testing streamed once again. The NHRA has been rather good about that. Nonetheless, we'll talk about it more. There has been a precedent, and now we don't have that.
Yeah. It's a shame, really.
I think so. Other great stories. Leah is back in the hot rod. She's going to be testing. She's going to be laps. So, hey, bring up Nicole's comment. Yeah, I'll tell you why, Nicole. I'm angry. I am angry for the fans. I'm sticking up for the fans on this. And guess what? We're not other motorsports. Don't bring up F1, NASCAR, or IndyCar. They're not built on access like NHRA. And I'll go, look, the fans do lose out. You have this massive event for 2 years. And if Pro doesn't want to do, we established a precedent that, hey, we're going to allow a stream by competitionplus.com, and we're going to at least give fans a day. How about this? They're down in Gainesville, Florida. What about a little promotional piece of, hey, if you show your student ID, since University of Florida's just down the road, you get in free. Maybe have some new fans come to enjoy the sport and have access to it, and then come to the Gator Nationals. Look, the fans lose out on this. Yep. That's simple. Don't compare us to other sports when we're built on access. It's not that hard to give the fans a day of leisurely access and a different experience compared to the national event that is a cheaper ticket. It's been done before. I don't understand why so many are defending the lack thereof. I don't see any good reason.
Did we forget that they pounded their chest on revolutionizing the sport? Did we forget that? Because, they were trying to do something different. Where is
Pro Promotions? The last post by Pro Promotions was toward the end of the shootout last year. Yeah, as you said, where is revolutionizing the sport?
Yep. So
where is that?
Yeah. I have a problem with it too. It's not.
To me, this is another element of, it's not the NHRA's fault.
Nope.
It's the teams and the racers.
Facts. Yeah, that'll be NHRA.
I don't care about the numbers, and I'm glad they're going to be streaming them. Yeah. And also, let me say, for Bobby Bennett, talk about someone getting screwed. All those years, sends a crew out, whether it is Arizona, Las Vegas, Palm Beach International Raceway, back to Wild Horse Pass, just like it is over my shoulder, and for the fans, showcasing pro testing. Flow Drag Racing comes along. We're going to do this big thing, great event. It's spectacular. Now we got nothing. Bobby gets screwed in this too.
Yep. It don't make sense. Don't talk a whole bunch of big game and then expect to just go and kind of walk out the back door, kind of like Homer Simpson, and back into the bushes, act like you didn't say anything and nothing's happening over here, and then don't expect for people to don't expect to not have backlash over it, because you're the one that pounded your chest. You were the big dog on the block talking about doing all this stuff different, pushing the envelope, changing the sport, and you just gonna do all that big dog talking, and you just gonna go as quiet as a mouse, and we ain't supposed to notice that? Yeah, nah.
Again, it is not that much to ask for a stream and a day.
That's it.
Again, use it. Leverage in mind, just down the road from Gainesville. Try to get some new fans to come to the races. And I don't know. I think they're missing out on a huge opportunity.
I do too.
Well, speaking of opportunity, we got an opportunity to talk with Blake Bowser, the man heading up the March meet there at Famoso Drag Strip, the 68th running taking place this year. He is our Weldon High Performance Guest of the Week. We're going to take a break, and after this word from Weldon High Performance, talk with the man there in SoCal getting ready for one of the most historic events in drag racing, March meet. Bowser, always good to have you on competitionplus.com. And we know when we have you on, we are close to March meet.
Yeah, I can't believe how quick this got here. You guys hear me okay?
Yes, we do.
Sure, I'm good. All right. I apologize for my voice. I'm fighting a little bit of a cold, so I'll get through it. But you might hear me clear my throat now and then. But my God, maybe a little nitro will take care of this, right? So clean it right up. But my gosh, how fast the year's gone. March meet last year, we were talking and getting ready, and now here we are again, 2 weeks away. Scary, man, but we're excited.
It seems to grow every year. How about this year? Has there been any more growth with the March meet and those who attend?
Yeah, well, we're seeing there are a few guys that are having some challenges getting here. A lot of last minute stuff, which is going to provide for some excitement because there's guys putting together cars as we speak. I just talked to Bobby Cottrell not even an hour ago. They're getting a new front motor top fuel car ready. He's going to be jumping in a funny car and a top fuel car. So we got some neat, exciting twists coming for this year. Yeah, there might be a couple of guys that are really going to be pushing the window trying to get here in time. A lot of guys are having a problem getting parts and stuff. So we're working with them. We're trying to get them here. We're being as patient as we can to get them in, get them parked. We want to save his pit stall for them. So I tell you, it's just the uncertainty this year is creating, I think, a wide open field in all the categories. It's going to be exciting to see. Anybody can win this thing.
So, Famoso Drag Strip hosts the California Hot Rod Reunion. Nitro Revival is there, and it was a smashing success from everything I have heard. I'm sure that Blake Bowser wants that momentum to roll over into March meet. Blake, how does that happen?
Well, my new structure in what I'm doing is allowing me to do this, and I think it will spill over into. Well, actually, March meet was always more successful than the reunion in the recent years. And then I got my hands on the reunion a couple years ago when we teamed up with Steve and Cindy Gibbs last year, and it really, blossomed that event. So, yeah, I'm just able to give now, since we finished up the reunion, I'm able to dedicate myself 100% to the March meet. And, it helps having great sponsors like Jim and James Mayer, Good Vibrations Motorsports. Thank you, Jim and James. We can just dedicate ourselves year round to this now. Myself and Cleet Norris, we work on these two races together. Cleet's with me, my right-hand man. And all those changes and attention to detail you saw with the reunion last year are going to happen now. I've gone a full year without having to operate Famoso, the drag strip. Tim Huddleston has stepped in and taken care of that. And now I'm working, just every detail is being looked at and examined for both events. So it's going to be a great race.
Anything new that the fans can expect this year?
We're going to have a little more experience in the pits. We're working on getting some more tackle cars here. We're obviously starting to promote the reunion. So we're going to have quite a few cars there. I think we got an extra qualifying session coming up that we're getting ready to announce. So just a lot of fun stuff for the fans. Yeah, I mean, it's still very affordable. $40 for a ticket for the entire day, or $150 for the entire event. So what's new, the drivers are creating what's new. We're kind of giving the same playground, the same racing format, but we're just seeing new cars more, and all the way down, all of our categories, the gassers, all the front motor dragsters, the index dragsters, the hot rod cars. What's coming to us new is being brought to you by the racers. They're all building new and bigger, better cars and better setups. So it's exciting every year to open the gates and see what comes different. So, the racers kind of provide that new, event happening, if you will.
I'm sure that it has to be rewarding and yet fascinating that in this segment of drag racing that takes place at March meet, California Hot Rod Reunion, we still have spectacular and big moments. John Capps in the Matthews Racing Hot Rod, dipping down and doing first, and he wins March meet last year. And then you've got people still waiting on a big win that have got 4 championships in a row, like the Hiltons. And you've got the Huff going into the wall and then into victory lane last year at March meet. I mean, it's fascinating that this type of racing has so many great storylines come out from it.
Well, and that it kind of goes back to what your question there was, Dujane. the racers write the script. This thing writes itself, and whoever shows up and they're on their game and ready to go, or whoever can recover from an incident, like, we saw with Infield Altered, time trials on testing to it on Thursday, they tag the wall and they go on and win the race. So you're down there, Lee, at the top end interviewing them. Just how cool was that? So, this happens a lot. The script kind of writes itself, and yeah, I just get to sit back and watch it happen. I can't predict this kind of stuff. I can't write a script like that. So as long as I do my job, I get the place ready, and we've got all the equipment there, and the safety equipment, and the towers operating, the track surface is in good shape, and all that, and the gates open on time. Then, hey man, we can just entertain the fans, and the racers will go out there and do a good job of that.
Any upgrades that have been done as far as equipment and staff or whatever?
So, yeah, now obviously this, again, is in Tim Huddleston's hands, and he's actually installed some new restrooms out there, which are going to be very, very cool to have. We can cut back on some of the portables, and we have more permanents out there. So Tim is doing a great job adding things here and there, asphalt and new buildings, all that kind of stuff. So, and I'm bringing in some more equipment to help prep the track this year than we had before. I'm working with some guys there. We're going to bring in a whole trailer load full of another rotator, a drag, a spray rig. So we have enough equipment on hand to run 2 national events. We could do the 4-wide right now with all this stuff. So, yeah, we're just continuing to make sure that we can pull off a drag race. The fans deserve it. The racers deserve it. The media deserves it. We all deserve a good drag race. So we just keep adding pieces of equipment there. And I'm slowly acquiring my own equipment now. I had it all at the track before, but Tim took that all over to operate the track on a daily basis. And now I'm actually acquiring all my own stuff again, just to have for my own. And when I show up there, I've got some backup stuff. And who knows, maybe I'll go put on a race somewhere else.
That's really going to help you guys with speed and being able to, keep the program moving for racers and fans.
Yeah, we got these guys, strapped in the cars, the next pair up, waiting to go. And if we can get out there and get a cleanup done faster, the fans get entertained more. We give them more bang for their buck, and the racers have to, to get out of the car, get back in the car, all that happens. So you're right. It's a great point you got there. Is just we can speed the process up. We're not gonna have any shortcuts. We're gonna make sure we do it right. And with all that equipment there, we can do it right for sure.
Blake, I don't want to take away from any event. Nonetheless, I do want to juxtapose the 2 events we've got going on that weekend. You've got the NHRA Gator Nationals, and you've got the March Meet.
Right.
As promoter of the March Meet, nothing against the Gator Nationals, but sell it to the drag racing fan that might have been to the Gator Nationals and hasn't been to the March Meet. Why they got to go to the March Meet?
I love going to national events. It's great, but there's a lot going on, a lot of big money, a lot of big rigs, a lot of big moving parts and all that. And again, I'm not slamming any of that. I love going, but this coming to the March Meet and coming back to Bakersfield, if you're trying to pick the 2, I'm not going to tell you what to do, anybody what to do. I certainly don't want that. I could be answering the NHRA pretty quick here. I don't want that. So, but if you like going to a drag race how it used to be and experience a facility that feels like how it used to be, and the cars look like that and feel like that how it used to be. And oh, by the way, we're running a quarter mile. I'm a huge quarter mile fan. I think that's important to our marketing aspects of the event. That if you want to see nitro cars run quarter mile that weekend, you got to come to Bakersfield. That's a great selling point for us. And, they both have their individual flares and tastes, but I think ours it's just fun I've said it before to you guys, when you walk in those gates, act like it's 1970 all over again. Just come in there, have a good time, enjoy yourselves, stay afterwards, watch the guys tear down the engines. They're all doing it. The drivers there doing it. They're all hands-on. They're very accommodating. Walk right. There's no ropes outside the pits. You walk right up there, talk to the guys. They'll let kids sit in the cars. There's bands playing at night. Might be a few fireworks going off in the air. It's just a nice throwback event.
I think that's good for fans. That's the retro stuff is kind of in vogue right now, but it's something that I think fans yearn for. And it should be a destination for those who are really looking for something like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, if you can't make it this year, put it on your bucket list, either this event or the Hot Rod Reunion. They two kind of have a lot of similarities. Lee, I know you've been to both, so you kind of know. I think you've been to the reunion, haven't you?
I have not actually. Have not made the
Okay,
reunion.
I thought you had. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, the setup is the same, other than the cackle cars. You know, the vendor row, swap meet, all that. A lot of same. It's part of the Heritage Series, so a lot of the same cars, and all that. But obviously, Cackle Fest is a big piece of that now. And we don't have as many total cars at the reunion as the March meet, and that's by design. So we build in a lot more social aspect to the event there. So the drag race is go race, because our window is much shorter for time we can go down the quarter mile. And I know you've been there for that. You've experienced when the sun goes down, it gets very cold there. You're doing topping interviews down there, and it's getting pretty cool out there. So the reunion we get a lot more time to race, and we can slow down and savor the moment, enjoy ourselves a little more. So the two feel very much the same, but they're two different animals for sure. But overall, a great experience for the fans, a great hands-on approach to everything, and fans are just so welcome in the pits, in the vendor row, in the car show, the swap meet. It's all there for the fans, and it's all inclusive. One price gets you everything.
It is a great time. The drag racing is great. There's something so special about Famoso Drag Strip and it being March meet, the sun setting and golden hour on the funny cars for round one of eliminations there on Saturday. But you've got a great row of car shows parked, and you've got great vendors. I mean, whoever the Chinese food vendor is, that is some spectacular food, and you get a lot of it. And you all last year did such a good job when there was downtime, and downtime is going to happen at any time at a drag race. Man, y'all were out there throwing the Hot Wheels and throwing the candy and trying to keep people engaged. It was it's always a good time, but last year was great.
Yeah, it just kind of softens the blow a little bit when you got all the equipment out there. We pride ourselves on, hey, nothing better. Two things I want to see sit still: the EMT unit and all the track prep equipment. I don't want to see that stuff roll during the day. Now in the morning, we're getting the track ready. Great, it goes out there and preps the track. But I'd love to see nothing more than that stuff sit all day long, which means we're having a great clean drag race. So, but yeah, we're just trying to really engage the fans, let them know we appreciate them. Yeah, we're throwing out full-size hot rods to, we try and target the kids, but every once in a while an adult gets their hands on one, which is even great too. So, hey, we're all kids at heart, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, I bought a Hot Wheels a couple of days ago, the 75th anniversary NHRA funny car. I mean, I still do. Southeast Gassers, they've got Hot Wheels out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still get sucked in and give my $2 now. Used to be like 98 cents. Now
I know, right?
Come on, So
yeah, we just owe it to the fans, right? They're the ones that are being so patient with us and coming early, staying late. And if we could, lessen the boredom there, if you will, during a cleanup, we're going to try and do it. So, we want to show our appreciation to the fans. And again, like I said, you don't have to sit there and watch racing all day. There's a lot you can do. So kind of breaks up the monotony. I love drag racing, but after a few hours in the grandstands, you want to go, stretch your legs, something like that. So this allows the fans to go do that. And, you mentioned the food booths. There's food booths a quarter mile long, all there in the Grove area with the car show is. And you can grab a cold beer and walk around and just take it all in. And then go back and sit down a little bit more and watch more racing. We'll be there when you come back.
Well, Blake, before we let you go, where can folks get more information on the March meet itself? What about camping, bringing a rig, all those type of things?
Pretty simple. We thought long and hard about this, and we thought, what website can we do that goes with the March meet? Marchmeet.com. How about that? Pretty simple. So go on marchmeet.com. There you can look at all the ticketing choices. There's also a phone number. You can call us. Myself or Cleet answers the phone. If not, give us a voicemail. We'll call you back. You can email us, marchmeet@famosodragstrip.com. We'll email you back. We're pretty hands-on, pretty old school. So give us a shout, give us an email, and love to hear from you.
Yep, there you go, folks. Marchmeet.com. We got it in the comment sections as well. You can check it out. Blake, look, we cannot wait to be in Bakersfield once again, enjoying some Zingos and some
go.
golden hours with some Nitro funny cars and fuel altereds and nostalgia top fuel cars. Hey, my man over here, Mr. Dugenay Bland, he hadn't been out there for March meet.
I was just going to say that. I was going to throw out the challenge, man. We got to get him out there.
Yeah, I do. I do need to get out there.
It's got to be cold where you're at right now, both of you, right? Come on, what's
I'm in Florida. I'm doing pretty good right now.
Florida, you're good. Yeah.
South Georgia's warm right now.
For you, Lee. Yeah. What? Dugenay, you're probably cold right now, huh?
It's actually warm right now. Yeah, it's about 70s today. It's supposed to be a little bit high 70s tomorrow, and Thursday and Friday in the 80s. So, but we come back to earth on Sunday though.
Yeah, well, it's already springtime here. Flowers are coming out, blooming, trees are blooming. It's already happening, man. So winter's over for us. We're ready to go drag racing.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you what. Either way, we both don't have Nitro right now, so we know we can go to SoCal and get that.
Quarter mile, by the way, right? Quarter mile.
That's right. Blake, the 68th is going to be a good one. We look forward to seeing you.
Okay, man. You guys take care. Thank you much.
You too.
Folks, Blake Bowser, the promoter over the March Meet California Hot Rod Reunion out there at Famoso Drag Strip. A lot of great things taking place and going on with that event. If you have not been to that one, look, again, Blake might not be able to say it. I'll say it because I can and I will. You need to skip out on a Gators at least once and go to the March Meet.
Yeah.
Again, we need this separated because Ron Capps wants to be there. Cruz Petragon wants to be there. Dale Worsham wants to be there. It also affects crew guys. There are people who crew on nostalgia cars that are not able to be there because they're crewing on Nitro cars in the big show. It also affects racers that have cars that they're not able to be at March Meet in competition. You know, it even affects people all the way down to the sportsman ranks like Sean Bellamere. They've got a family fuel altered that they run, not in the Nitro ranks, I cannot remember the category exactly that they run in. It's not junior fuel, I don't believe it. Nonetheless, I think it's 7.0 Pro maybe. Anyway, they're running a fuel altered and they would like to be there too, and it's a family thing. So we got to get this worked out for the sake of the March Meet, and everybody wants to be there. Let's get it worked out.
Yeah, I think that needs to happen because it's real easy to do. So,
it's not hard. It's not hard. Well, Blake Bowser, thank you for your time. He was our Weldon High Performance Guest of the Week here on the Competition Plus Power Hour. We're going to move on to the ARP question of the week. All right. You'll see that video again. Take note of the email at the bottom, and that's where you can send in your answer concerning this week's question. We also get a name of a winner this time, Dugenay.
We want to congratulate Rebecca Kristen for winning last week's question of the week. And this week, here's your question. All right, you ready? Because what kind of car did Larry Morgan race in NHRA Comp and IHRA Modified in 1985? We are looking for the make and model, not the class. I'll read it again. What kind of car did Larry Morgan race in NHRA Comp and IHRA Modified in 1985? We are looking for the make and model, not the class.
That's a great question for this reward. It's not just a t-shirt, ladies and gentlemen. No, the reward for getting this correct on the ARP question of the week in the 255th installment of the Competition Plus Power Hour is this: a 1-year subscription to NHRA.TV.
Man,
that's a value.
Big time.
Yes.
Big time.
Big time. Big time value. So again, we're going to play the video now and pay attention to the email. There you go. But please remember that you can go to competitionplus.com and take a look at the store, Competition Plus store, and you've got some great merchandise you can pick up and be ready to go to the track with some great swag, all the way from Warren Johnson t-shirts to Scotty Cannon apparel to competitionplus.com beanies, and be ready for the track. I'm sure that if someone sees you with that Warren Johnson t-shirt, or they see you with that Scotty Cannon t-shirt, or they see you with that Lee Shepard t-shirt as you're seeing now, they're going to stop you and be like, hey, where'd you get that? That's cool. Or the Del Poldy. That's going to be cool. I want one of those. So if you want to be one of the cool kids at the track, you need some Comp Plus swag.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely.
As we continue here on the Competition Plus Power Hour, quartermileclassifieds.com has been bringing our cool video of the week. We're going to take a look at that now. Bringing it up on the screen. We're going to have a live reaction here.
Enter VW.
Over the wall.
Wow.
That was a gnarly.
That was gnarly.
Yeah. So Ron Hart, he had a rough go of it at lights out being there in Valdosta, Georgia, at South Georgia Motorsports Park.
Yeah.
Great track, by the way, in Dugenet's backyard, quite literally. And you can see him have trouble through and after the lights. It looked like, okay, just nosed it in. He's okay.
Right.
And then it started rolling. And then it did that odd thing within physics. It started to roll quicker.
Yeah.
And then he's out in the ball field. Wow.
That's what happens when you run a supercharged Chevy big block in a VW. You need a little weight in the back.
That is insane.
Just a little.
But you got to love that in drag racing, we can have a blown Camaro go up against a blown Volkswagen Beetle. Like, I just got to love it. It's
awesome.
It's spectacular. So we're glad Ron was okay. What an spectacular sight shot by Jake Simmons for CompetitionPlus.com. That is the Quarter Mile Classifieds cool video of the week. If you want to market to a housewife in Kansas or a tire kicker, go to Facebook Marketplace. If you want to reach drag racers, go to quartermileclassifieds.com.
QuartermileClassifieds.com is a new and easier alternative to online classified advertising. We make it a simple experience with $20 getting your car, hauler, engine, or parts listed for 2 weeks. If you want to make a bigger splash, we have VIP listings that provide even more exposure, including social media. On QuartermileClassifieds.com, you get up to 10 photos of video and up to 2,000 characters to deliver the message you need to make the sale. QuartermileClassifieds.com is a trusted classified ad partner of Competition Plus and the Roop Tech Comp Eliminator Bonus Fund. Visit QuartermileClassifieds.com today.
So I do want to point this out, Dugenet, and this is something in your conversation with Brian Loans that came up to a degree. Folks, certainly go by on Dugenet's YouTube channel, The Not Bland Show. You can listen to that episode with Brian Loans, and this information, along with many other things, was dropped, that we're going to have added elements on the NHRA YouTube channel and .tv side that are free for everyone to enjoy. A part of that, listen to this paragraph on NHRA.com. The test session at Gainesville Raceway on March 3rd through the 4th will also be streamed for free on NHRA.tv. which leads into the legendary season opening Emily Motor Oil NHRA Gator Nationals on March 5th through the 8th at the historic facility.
Yeah, it is nice that they're going to be adding some things to, kind of broaden the reach a little bit and get some use out of that YouTube channel and, kind of get people lured into maybe getting NHRA TV. So, yeah, I like it a lot.
I do too. It is a great move. I think when they do the Friday night broadcast, typically that's when they are on YouTube, they seem to be successful. People are able to jump in and it's just a different interactive experience, just like you got the comment section here, just like you've got the comment section above me for the CompetitionPlus.com stream 7 years ago from Wild Horse Pass during PRO protesting and Fan Day. You've got that live chat. People can jump in and they're interactive, and that chat keeps moving. People wanted to watch this. People were chatting about it. People were eager to know more about the season firing up. So It is great when we get NHRA content on the YouTube channel. And I will say, compared to 5 years ago, they are doing so much better concerning NHRA content on YouTube. We get full race replays now. Like, if I'm not mistaken, you can go watch the entire season from last year, like the Fox broadcast, on YouTube, and you can watch all the. You know what? You can have a watching party and get ready for the first race of the 75th NHRA season.
Yeah.
You got Attention in the Pits with Joe Costello. Those are great. And he goes and talks to many sportsman racers, or the best engineered car, the best, appearing car, and many of those other people out there that you might not get to see, but they've got some cool hot rods or they've got a cool story. He's out there getting those pieces and putting that content out there. There's a lot of great things to see on the NHRA YouTube channel these days.
Yeah, it really is. And they've kind of built that portfolio and starting to really utilize it, and people are starting to catch on too. So it's great to see the moving forward in that department.
Remember, folks, CompetitionPlus.com, a lot of great articles concerning what we're talking about, drag racing, that you are not going to be able to read anywhere else. You can read them on CompetitionPlus.com. Dive into the comment section, ladies and gentlemen, and let us know what you would like to talk about. We'll take your questions here on the Competition Plus Power Hour this evening. Any questions?
I'll tell you what, too, though. We are on site there. So although there may not be a stream, there will be plenty of content coming out on CompetitionPlus.com. So unfortunately, they didn't want to go that route, but you know what? You're not in the dark. There will be stories coming up as early as tonight. A lot of hard work going on, and they're doing, as we do, our best to comb through and get the best stories possible to bring to you to be able to read. And as we tout ourselves on what you can read on CompetitionPlus.com, you can believe it.
Yes, and to the question that did pop up, why did CompetitionPlus.com not break the Virginia Motorsports Park story? It probably has to do with the people who broke it is Virginia Motorsports Park themselves. They were the first that I can see posted anything about it. And then later on from their post, you see others posting about it.
Yeah.
And Bobby's schedule is he kind of typically gets stories out in the morning, and then he is working on other things in the afternoon. So you're probably going to see a story tomorrow. It might not be breaking, but as far as breaking content or content that is fresh and new, I mean, just yesterday, you got Billy Torrance's announcement, and right now you've got what might have been Warren Johnson's Cadillac CTS Pro Stock proposal. You're getting a glimpse into that, and you're getting a story on Mason McGahey. So there's a lot of good content for you to read there on CompetitionPlus.com.
Got stuff on Leah. So, yeah, a lot of stuff there. I tell you what, how about the brothers reuniting, the Oberhoffers reuniting under Clay here and going to be working together once again. That's
a cool
cool
move. That's a cool move. I think there'll be a lot of good synergy there and maybe some brotherly love, and they get it going for Clay and everyone else involved there. Clay under glass now. You know, we've got a volunteer under glass, and he is going to be campaigning that hot rod, and he's someone else that I can expect. I think he's already got a YouTube video out, but we'll be able to get a glimpse of testing from his YouTube channel as well. Clay Milliken has a fine YouTube channel, so go check that out as well, and we'll get some content of the event one way or the other.
Yeah, we're going to have something. He definitely will put something out there. He's always good for it.
Well, Kyle's asking about the Pro Superstar Shootout. So we had that 2 years. It was a spectacular event. Pro, from articles that I have seen and talking with everyone, they just wanted to go back to a private test session and have no distractions. I get that. Fine. I got nothing against that. But as I have so many times already stated, and if you want to be mad with me, be mad with me. To me, you're siding against the fans.
Yeah.
The fact is, we at one time had a stream of pro testing, and not just 1 year, but 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. You know, this is 7 years old that I'm playing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, there would be a fan day. It's not asking for too much. I get they don't want any distractions. They want to go test. I understand that some of them are going to make a hit to the 330 mark and only the 8th mile. But guess what? People still want to see cars. People still want to be able to interact. And if they have an opportunity, because they're in the area, to have a leisurely day at the drags with a little bit more access on just one day, let the fans have it. The crowds at Phoenix, I can recall, they were decent. They weren't national event level, but they were decent, and people were enjoying it. And again, you're in Gainesville. Use it to your advantage. Show your student ID. Get in free. We want young people to come to the drags. Well, here's a way to do it. And
you're going to have another test session anyway. Like, it's not hurting. If you want privacy and you want to be able to focus and whatever, then you've got that test session that you got coming up that the NHRA is likely going to stream. So why not? Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. I just have a problem with people barking and doing a whole bunch of big dog barking, and then they and run off and act like we ain't supposed to realize that you just backed out of everything you just pounded your chest on trying to outdo someone else. Like, it's just weird to me. And Blake, I'm doing great, man. Feeling a lot better. So thank you, though. Thanks for asking.
I feel like you had this group say, well, you know what? We're going to go out there and we're going to put on our own race. We're going to show the NHRA how to do it. You know, we're going to get it done right, and we're going to do it differently. And then they go out there and they have 3 qualifying sessions in one day. NHRA's like, oh, we can do that. And they do that. And then now they're like, oh, we don't want to do that. And then they're like, oh, putting on a race is harder than we thought. We'll just let the NHRA handle it.
Yeah.
So you're telling me it's harder to throw a party than it looks like.
Yeah.
And look, I will tell you something. The NHRA, I know that many times they are sold down the river, but it is true. They wear the crown, and people are aiming at them, and they take all the shots. But something the NHRA does understand how to do, they understand how to run a show. Mm-hmm. And they're going to stay on time. They're going to make that TV window. And when you try to do it yourself, it is challenging. I've been there at small events. I've been there at major events. I don't envy promoters or organizations promoting anything. It is tough. And the NHRA, with as many cars that are there for an NHRA national event, it is amazing it all gets done.
Yeah, even when they have to shuffle some stuff around. I mean, folks get kicked to the curb, but I mean, they do what they have to do for TV. It's unfortunate, but they do what they have to do to TV with TV involved. So, it's stuff that I don't want to have to deal with. It's a big headache. And I'm sure, our guy Dave W gets a glimpse of that as well, being a part of production and whatnot behind the scenes. So, I'll pass. I'm good.
Right. It's tough. It is tough for sure. So, what other good questions we got in the comment section? Anything, Jacob? Anything popping up right now? Jacob behind the scenes, helping us out here on the Competition Plus Power Hour, helping out on the Alan Reinhart Show. By the way, the Alan Reinhart Show should be airing tomorrow once again. Second episode, second installment of the Alan Reinhart Show. Who they got?
Who they got?
Who they got?
I'll say this. It's a crew chief.
Okay. It's crew chief.
Oh, a championship winning crew chief.
Championship winning crew chief.
Yes.
Okay. Current or retired?
Retired.
Retired. Okay. What car? What kind of car?
Funny car.
Funny car. Okay. Only funny car or Top Fuel 2 or Pro Stock or?
Only funny car.
Only funny car. Okay. Okay. Who did he work with as a driver? Or drivers, I should say. Let me throw this one out there. Make it still a little challenging. Frank Hawley.
It's Austin Coyle.
Austin Coyle. That's going to be a good one.
Oh, man, that's going to be a good one.
It is.
That is going to be a good one.
It is.
Dude. And what's so good about it is, like, there's people that talk to Austin all the time. Like, you know what I mean? There's drivers that call him all the time. But we have not heard from Austin Coyle in a very long time. This is, and the stories that are likely going to get told on here. Yeah, you can't miss that tomorrow, bro. You cannot miss that tomorrow.
Right. That's going to be a good one. That is going to be a good one. Mac 1320, excuse me. Asks, hey, Indy wasn't on the TV schedule. I haven't looked at the TV schedule. I realize that the Fox TV schedule, not just Fox, rather, I should say NHRA TV schedule released. Let me say this. Okay. So it was in the article, it just was not on the graphic. Okay, fine. Okay, so it was there. But let me say, if something is not there, remember, things still might be getting worked out to have it in a better position. You never know. So that happens at times. I have not had the time to look at the TV schedule, but I know from your interview with Brian Loans, Dugenay, on the Not Bland show, I'm expecting that we've got another great TV lineup for the National Hot Rod Association that is better than even last year. And I fully expect that we're going to have a couple of lead-in and lead-out scenarios with the NFL.
Yeah, I think so too. And we'll probably have a few live events as well, as he stated. Fred, we did talk about Josh Hart early in the show. And yeah, that car is just bad to the bone. But I think that's what we'll have. And it'll be interesting because we are coming up on that time period of, there should be, I would think sometime this year, that there's something we know about the new TV deal. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Is Fox doing, their, what we get from athletes in their contract year where they play exceptionally well? Are they doing that to try to keep the NHRA under the umbrella, or do they go somewhere else? So I'm really interested to see how this all plays out. It is great that it is a unaffiliated party that's handling all of this stuff here, because I think that's where it should be. I think they'll negotiate better, but I'm all for keeping it with Fox if they're willing to give us the same play as they do NASCAR and F1. If you're going to treat us like a stepchild, like you have been over the last couple of years, then I don't think that's good for business.
Dugenay, I think that, as we have in the comment section, this year is going to be important concerning TV and what we've got in the future. I know that I personally enjoyed that we could see drag racing from the Streetcar Nationals on Amazon Prime. That was cool.
Mm-hmm.
it'd be interesting to see the NHRA work out something for a qualifying broadcast, or, right now, of having access on Prime and putting it before some other eyeballs, because that was great. You went to the screen and there's U.S. Streetcar Nationals and it's NBA over here and it was pickleball over here. And I know people like pickleball, but I'm like, almost everybody plays pickleball now. It's like, if you don't play pickleball, you're not in the in crowd.
Right.
It seems like right now. Nonetheless, it was in that lineup, and that was cool to see. So be interesting to see what takes place there. You also have got the CW. Nikki mentions the CW a lot. She works with CW.
I like the way they do things.
They do a fine job, I think, with what is now the O'Reilly series, last year Xfinity series for NASCAR, and I thought they did a fine job. Looked good to me. So no telling where it might go. I think that it is more challenging than ever where to decide to put your content, because there is more options than ever before. I mean, at one time it was channel 1, 2, or 3. Like, that was it.
Yeah, right.
And now it's how many channels, how many streaming platforms, how many social media outlets. It is an insane amount. So for the people involved in those negotiations, keep up the good work, do the good work. I think this is also one reason why the NHRA went to a marketing firm and agency this time around. I don't blame them. Not that they're incapable, but just everybody in all this needs help, I think, to get it worked out and it be the best that it can be for the sport. Because, Dugenais, I love motorsports, and in particular, I've got my eye on drag racing and work in the industry. There is a lot of room to grow for NHRA drag racing. The Daytona 500 just had the largest purse in North American motorsports history.
Yeah.
And you look at the purse, not just for the Daytona 500, but for the O'Reilly event, for the Craftsman Truck Series event. And we talk about purses in NHRA drag racing. They weren't even coming close to those at Daytona.
No, it's wild to see that kind of money being tossed out there. But I think that in this day and age, you got to find a way and to be able to, get these things up a little bit higher to encourage people to come out. You know what I mean? You got to find a way. So it's good to see, though, and like we see the effect. The things that the IHRA are doing is really pushing the NHRA to look at their portfolio and how they're going about business as far as purses and that. And hopefully this isn't just a 75th anniversary increase and it stays that way. So there's so many good things that are coming out and going to come from these two entities existing again. So I like it. It's good for the fans, big time. And Blake, it was Seattle. That was my pick. And to tackle the NHRA TV thing that Lonnie brought out too, I have had or NHRA Today, I've had an idea that I have been holding on to for quite some time, but I also have an idea of who I believe could put that show on as NHRA Today and how it can be broadcasted for free on the NHRA's FAST channel. And if the powers that be could come up with the funding to make that happen, I believe in the production company that could do it and know that person very well because they have produced another show into a telly. I think that we could get it to come back because I do believe, and I've said this for a while now, NASCAR has that NASCAR Race Day, that show that they bring out. And it doesn't have to be, you find a good day of the week to put it on. And it could be live or pre-recorded, I guess. But You find a good day to put it on, and maybe Wednesday or a Thursday before the race, it might be the thing to talk about and kind of look back at last week, preview this week. Maybe you have a tuner, a crew guy from a winning team, or a team that is like maybe a storyline going into a race, and you could bring that back. It doesn't have to be Fox production, and I've been holding on to it, but I will start poking at the powers that be that I think that are able to kind of push the ball forward. And I would hope that it will be something that NHRA would be willing to get involved in as well. But I believe we can bring it back, and it doesn't have to be a Fox deal. It would be nice. It would be nice to have a set like the Fox NFL Sunday guys and do that. But it doesn't have to be. And we have more than enough people that are available outside of those who are contracted by the NHRA to be able to pull it off.
I would say if they're willing to work with many other entities, there's so much more that could get done. Let's take, for example, NHRA Pro Mod. They have a YouTube channel. It's quite sad what they have. And all they've really done with that YouTube channel is they take the Fox broadcast and put it on a delay after the delay broadcast that is specifically for NHRA Pro Mod. That's not what you need to do. I mean, if you want to have it as supplemental content, fine. But really, you need to have someone like Kyle Chris and a couple other videographers and have your own little crew covering Pro Mods and telling the story differently than Fox and putting it out there on YouTube in a more raw and engaging way than a TV broadcast.
Yeah.
TV works on TV. TV doesn't work on YouTube.
Nope, it doesn't. It really doesn't.
It's different.
Yep, it's two different things.
It's a different thing.
And Drag Race Mayhem, I hear you, but it's because they're not utilizing the channel the way it can be. And having Talking Funny Cars on there is a huge help for the content. Of course, there's tons of stuff always, some of the old stuff always going on. And maybe I think they should even dig even deeper into some of the archives as well, but it can be used. And there's no reason why you couldn't put it on YouTube either. But I'm just saying to add content to that channel to make people just have it on in the background other than continuing to watch the same 1989 races or the same early stuff over and over and over again, you got to start being able to build a package deal that goes on there. I know that they've played some older Fox races they're playing on there now as well. Fox broadcast on that NHRA Fast channel, but continue to build it. It's there for a reason. It's free, so utilize it, and many people can access it. So, and if you want to put it on YouTube after the fact, fine. But I think that's where it should be broadcast from.
Want to say hello to Scott Palmer. He said he's able to catch the show live. Thank you for tuning in, Scott.
Yeah,
Keep up the good work. And I don't think he would mind fans at a test session at all.
Of course not.
He'd probably give him a half-track burnout as well.
Exactly. The man knows how to put on a show.
He does. And he will be remembered over others for sure.
I'm making a bold prediction. Scott Palmer's winning 2 races this year, hands down.
Okay. He's good. Hey,
he's winning 2 races this year, hands down.
I can see
Not
that.
saying he can't win more.
Yeah.
But there's going to be a lot of good cars out there. But Scott Palmer coming away with 2 of them things this year.
I can see that. I like that. Also, we need to see the parting shot as we close the show. Whoo, it's hot under that flopper. Hey, this photo by Whit Bazemore. Yes, Whit Bazemore does have some photog history before he was driving. We had him on the show a couple of years ago. That was a great conversation. But you've got a photo. Bring back the photo up there, Jacob. Thank you. But you have here Al Hoffman having issues at the inaugural NHRA Southern Nationals in Commerce, Georgia. Photo by Whit Bazemore. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you have a hot, but not in the case of Flames, week. Enjoy it as we get closer and closer to the March meet?
He's going to be a championship contender for sure. There's no doubt about it. New car. They've gotten a couple under their belt. Oh, it's going to be a battle, bro. It's going to be a battle. I'm looking forward to it. And I'm looking forward to the people who are going to be involved in it too.
QuarterMileClassifieds.com is a new and easier alternative to online classified advertising. We make it a simple experience with $20 getting your car, hauler, engine, or parts listed for 2 weeks. If you want to make a bigger splash, we have VIP listings that provide even more exposure, including social media. On QuarterMileClassifieds.com, you get up to 10 photos of video and up to 2,000 characters to deliver the message you need to make the sale. QuarterMileClassifieds.com is a trusted classified ad partner of Competition Plus and the Rooftech Top Eliminator Bonus Fund. Visit QuarterMileClassifieds.com today.